Last night in Salt Lake City, an ugly confrontation between a fan and NBA superstar Russell Westbrook. Westbrook threatened a married couple with violence, both of them after he says a racial jab landed. Westbrook has had trouble with this fan in Utah before. And let me start here. I'm not trying to muzzle passionate sports fans at games, but the sexual and racist insults have to end. And the NBA and individual franchises need to step up toward fans who opt for misbehavior. Another NBA player has tweeted in support of Westbrook, claiming the racial abuse in Salt Lake City is nothing new. What a coward this fan is. You think he would walk up to Westbrook at 6'9", 250 pounds in a Home Depot or a Publix or a Kroger and start saying that stuff? Of course not. Ticket holders should not be able to say what they want because they buy a seat. Ugly, vile, racist verbiage is garbage, and it will not be accepted in these forums. All teams need to make it clear to their fan bases there are consequences ahead. You're going to get tossed from the arena, and your access to other games will be reassessed. America has changed. The argument that has always been around sport doesn't fly anymore. These players make $40 million. They're powerful figures. A majority of the players are African American, and all of these ugly fans, tough guys, are not. The players aren't going to put up with it. They shouldn't. And it's time for the NBA to fight back.
I'm Jennifer Bellamy, monitoring this social conversation. We posted about this story on our 11 Alive Facebook page. Walter saying that Westbrook is a hothead who thinks he can do no wrong, but that kind of view kind of in the minority there. Danielle saying just because he's a player doesn't mean he has to put up with abuse and disrespect. You can't say whatever you want to people and expect no response. And this comment coming in from Jack Hayes saying the man and his wife need to be banned from the games if they can't keep their nasty mouth shut. Let us know what you think. Join the conversation on our 11 Alive Facebook page.